T-Rainy, bring me the remote, please. I don't understand.
Are you just
Why y'all
gonna pause
just...
it?
Yes. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
Look up. I thought you liked peanut butter more.
I'm looking for... I don't know why this is moving so slow.
Usually you say peanut butter.
Purple
I don't
lips.
think I should have.
Hey, Mark Mad Davis. How you feeling? Hey, James. How y'all feeling tonight?
I like it when you like other things than me.
I might be going outside for a second, James, so... Maybe not. I'm wonderful. Hey, Melissa. How you doing, love? Thank you for joining. Well, I don't... Apple Music about to blow me. Nothing's working. Okay, maybe I just need to restart my whole computer. Anyway, with who? Hey, Tim. It's not that big of a deal, James. Yesterday was Denton's birthday, so we were trying to hang out with him today, but he got stuck in Houston. His flight, he was supposed to be here at like 12:30. His flight kept getting delayed, and so he literally just landed, and it's 6 o'clock. So I was like, well, I'm willing to still come out late, even though, I'm on my whole schedule kick, child. I got to get up and work out in the morning. I got to get my little beauty rest. I got a lot to do. But all the schools are closed because it's below zero. So Leah has e-learning tomorrow. So I could make this work. But also, I'm glad I didn't cancel the podcast and stuff because I was going to cancel it tonight to accommodate this. Mama trying to have a fun night. Child, Mama, I am trying to have a fun night and support my friend for his birthday. Oh, see, he just canceled it, said let's do tomorrow. See? Which probably will be pushed to Wednesday because I have plans tomorrow. So there's that. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anywho, I don't know why my computer isn't working. It's like having a whole malfunction right now. But honestly, I'm tired of repeating the same cycles. I wanna let it go. So here I go. Life drop. Starting a new life be life and path for my fam. Life be life and finding who I am. Speaking life, loving me, even when I fall. It's life be life in a song. Life be life in a song. Sing, baby. Life be life in a song. Period. Life be life in a song. Yeah.
I don't think kids are supposed to be on this, right?
Right? Sing, babies. Auntie Sky says, sing, babies. Listen, when technology fails, thank God for real talent, okay? I don't need no auto tunes.
Yeah, and that's the Omalaya way.
That's the Omalaya way. Period, girl. Period, poo. I don't know if it's Omalaya. Well, they're Omalayos, but it's the Bankston way for me. Okay. Hey, Darren. Hey, how you doing, love? Oh, your biggest fans. They definitely are my biggest fans for sure. For sure. No, I'm just saying, like, my granddaddy helped me get this far. Okay. He's a Bankston. So I'm a Bankston. I was just about to say, what happens when you remarry? I'll still forever be an Omalayo girl with my girls. But yeah, my new husband name will be pushed forward. Okay. So I will wear it with honor because he'll give me a reason to. Anywho, love you too, Arthur. So tonight we are talking about transitions. This is episode number 8. Recapping episode number 8 of season 2 of Life Be Life. And I have episode number 11 dropping tonight on YouTube and all streaming platforms where you get your podcast, which is titled From the Mouths of Babes. Okay. It is with a guest, my cousin. We share fathers. I mean, not fathers. Our fathers are brothers. And so we are going to be talking about our perspective as children growing up in the home without our father's presence, if that makes sense. Because neither one of our fathers live with us. So we're going to be speaking from that. Thank you so much, Sky. Yes, From the Mouths of Babes will be premiering tonight at 7 p.m. on YouTube. If you would like to come over and live chat and watch that episode with me. We filmed this like so long ago. But it is a very good episode. And it's an eye-opening episode for parents who may be curious as to how, a single parent household or whatever, was for them. This is not a bashing session. It's not a tear down moment of our fathers, because we both currently are building our relationships with our fathers. And we're in a much better space than we were when we were, younger, I guess. So it's going to be a really dope episode. You're not going to want to miss it. So come on over there. But tonight we're going to recap episode number 8. Which was titled Transitioning Like a Mug, because y'all know that your girl been going through a lot of transitions these last 2 years. And so I just speak towards that. And that's pretty much that episode. So let me see if I can get back in. My computer restarted, child. This computer, I think I need to clean it or something. I don't know. It be doing what it want to do, especially if I don't shut it down. But anyway, so transitioning. Y'all know these last 2 years I've been transitioning, me and my kids. And this episode, I pretty much talk about how that has been affecting me, but more so how it's been affecting my kids and what I have noticed has been going on with them. And it was very eye-opening. It was a moment of me having to come to terms with, even though I knew like surface that this was affecting them, but like I really started paying attention to how it was affecting them. We have, thank you, James, hashtag share the live. Hey, Blossom baby, thank you so much for joining. I list all the transitions from the moment I left the home with their father to where I currently am now. We have moved once to my mom's house when I initially left. Second, to an apartment that I got for us. And third, this is now our third home in 2 years. So that has been extremely stressful, not just for me, but for them as well. And that was never a part of the plan, right? I want to be very clear. When I decided to leave, that wasn't the plan. And I could have easily stayed in the home. I could have been like, you need to go. Because that was where my kids were comfortable at. We had ample amount of space and things like that. But initially when I left, I didn't know that it was going to be forever. Like, that was not even a thought in my mind. This is temporary. We're going to work things out. And the more and more that became abundantly clear that wasn't happening, it was like, okay, Portia, now we need to start making moves, right? And even with the, we weren't planning on staying with my mom. That was for real, temporary. But when I had to start making the moves, I thought about finding somewhere that we could be comfortable at, which is why I found that gated community and I moved us there. But, and I thought I would be there for a while. I didn't anticipate moving the next year. Like that was not in my plans, but God's plans were different. And so that's how we landed there. Um, and I end up having to take with this last move. We moved to a whole nother school district, a whole nother city, and I had to take Leah out of her primary school that she loved and that I loved as well. And it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot because that really threw a whole monkey wrench in my plans. But it worked out the way that it was meant to work out, and essentially, it is definitely a difficult. It was very difficult. It was very difficult. But anyway, hey, mommy. Hey, Black K. What? That's Dauntless. Hey, Dauntless. How you doing? How you been? Happy New Year. I haven't seen you in forever. Hey, Face the Truth. How you doing, love? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, DJ Elroy, for joining. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, if the boxes are open, if you guys have any transition stories that you would like to share, please come up. Tell me how it affected you, how it affected others. Because I think a lot of times we don't see or we don't fully take into account how our decisions as adults affect our children, especially when you making moves and decisions, with them in mind, but also it's like, it really takes a toll on them. And I think that I thought always in the forefront, I'm doing the best thing for my children. That was even the point of me having a conversation with my ex to decide if we were going to continue on or we were going to go our separate ways. Because I refuse to allow my children see me in an unhappy situation or him, or to allow them to believe that that's what love is or that's what love looks like. This is what marriage is. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of that. I'm good, just getting back. Okay, Dauntless, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're good. Hey, Big V. Hey, Porsche. How you doing today? See, you got that purple lipstick on. Wow. Thank you so much, Big V. Yes, I do. Good evening, D Nice. Blessings. How you feeling today? How y'all doing? Face the Truth said, I took a job 2 hours away and didn't think it would affect them. I was so wrong. Listen, seriously. Like, for real, for real. And even when I did a similar thing. Well, it was we moved an hour and a half away from our old home. Um, Man, it was, and even when I left with Leah, like I said in this episode, that my mom lived an hour away from us. So I used to drive an hour, 2 hours a day in to take Leah back to school in our old neighborhood and sit there at the bus stop so she can go on her regular routine. And then I go drive to the local Starbucks because I work remote. And I worked at the Starbucks until she got out of school. And then went back to the bus stop to pick her up. And we'll drive another hour back towards the city to my mom's house. We used to have to leave so early in the morning. We went from waking up like 45 minutes before she had to be at the bus stop to over an hour or so, like dang near 2 hours before. We were getting up at the crack of dawn and getting home by the time it was dark. It was, she was asleep the whole ride majority of the time. But imagine that on a kid. You know what I'm saying? It was just, I thought I was doing the best thing possible at that time. Face the truth. Thank you for joining, love.
Hi, mamas.
How you feeling?
I just got back from seeing The Color Purple, so I'm trying to defog my brain.
Gather yourself.
That- I'm trying to figure out when they turn Color Purple into a musical, but hey. Yeah.
Broadway, baby, Broadway.
It was still a beautiful movie. It was still a beautiful movie.
Yes,
But
yes,
I
it
think
was.
that right there, what you're talking about, is like what we don't notice as parents. We always think we're doing what's best, and then it takes for our child to start going through things and dissecting things and dealing with things for
Mm-hmm.
us to really say, okay, maybe this wasn't the right position. Maybe this
Yeah.
wasn't the right move. And that's what sucks because granted, when I left my job that was 10 minutes from my home
Mm-hmm.
to go to another job that was 2 hours from my home,
Mm-hmm.
it was
Mm-hmm.
a tremendous pay increase.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Until I don't know if y'all are familiar with Georgia, but I lived close to Alabama and I was traveling to Buckhead.
Oh wow.
Traffic
Okay.
and everything was ridiculous. So any of their like their games, their activities, their parents teacher conferences, like I couldn't be there because I
Mm-hmm.
was at work trying to get home. Even
Mm-hmm.
when it was like tornado warnings and all of that, my kids are home, they're terrified. I'm at work or I'm trying to get home.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until my oldest son came to me and was like, Mommy, even though I got to watch them for like an hour, 2 hours, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to. These ain't my kids. That was his exact response. These are not my kids.
That part. Okay.
And I looked at him kind of weird and he was like, Mama, it's affected my mental.
Mm. How old was he, if you don't mind me asking?
At the time, he was 15.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
he said it was affecting his mental and it was too much. He
Mm-hmm.
loved his brothers, but he doesn't want to be responsible for his brothers.
Yeah.
And I tell y'all no lie, within 24 hours, effective immediately, I resigned.
Really?
I don't play when it comes to mental. Like that mental piece is
Yeah.
everything to me. And for my child to gather enough courage to come to me and say, these are not my kids. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to do this. I want to be a
Mm-hmm.
kid. I know it's only for an hour or two, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do this. And I don't want to be responsible for my brothers.
Yeah.
As a parent, I had to hear him. I
Yeah.
had to listen. And once he had that conversation with me and his dad was like, yeah, I've been telling you to quit. So it ain't gonna make me no never mind quit. And
Yeah.
kind of just rode into social media full fledged since then. But it was me listening and then my mom telling me, you crazy as hell for losing your job. My mom does not agree with the decision. She
Yeah.
did not agree with my son having an opinion in the decision because she's like, he's a child. He's supposed to do whatever you say. And I'm like, nah, it don't work like that in this era. If a
Yeah.
kid comes to you and say, Mommy, this is too much on my mental, I'm going to listen
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
child children ending their lives for little things like that is a
Yep.
big thing.
Yes. Yes. DJ Elroy said he applauds your courage. And I totally agree, Face. That it is it's so different. And even when you said it, like, oh, like that was known back in the day. Like you take care of your younger siblings. Like you gotta help mama, you gotta help daddy. That's your role as an elder sibling. But like you said, we're in a different era. And thank God for remote jobs. Thank God for other opportunities and things that you can kind of do. And thank God that you have a partner that can sustain y'all essentially to, you know what I'm saying, filling that void. And I know money drives us in a lot of our stuff
Hmm.
because we live in a capitalist
It wasn't
society.
even the money though, Porsche. Like that wasn't when I left, I knew I was doing it for the better good, but I still went through a small little depression because
Mm,
I've been working since I was 16. Like,
right.
granted, I have a significant other, but I was raised by a single black mother, and that single black mother rule that they teach their girls never depend on a man for nothing, never depend on him to take care of you, because if the man walks out of the door, you
Mm-hmm.
still got to be the one to take care of that baby, so you keep your wallet going at all times. So
Absolutely.
going through that process and that transition, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
damn, I really walked away from my income, like just like that. So
Yeah.
it's a lot, but as a mother,
Yeah.
you got to take it on the chin.
You gotta take it on the chin. Yeah, I was just speaking about the money. Like when you initially took the job, like you said, it made you was making a lot of money.
Whoo,
Yeah.
boy, that hurt my little heart. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That hurt my little heart
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
like it's something about having your own coin.
It is. It is. It is. But that's the thing. Like I'm like I tell people all the time. Right now, I'm not making the most money that I would love to make. But my job offers me flexibility, and I need that in this season of life to be able to be here for their younger years. You know, I was able to homeschool Leah in her preschool years before she was able to go to school. I'm doing the same thing with my youngest now, and it's just like I mean I can't wait for them to go to school. But I'm just saying, like, it's something, and that was always a desire of mine to be like a stay at home mom, like during those years. Not that I was going to fully give up my career and dreams and aspirations. I just wanted to be there for those years because I think that connection time is so important.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and God answered that. I didn't think I would be doing it alone, but He did.
But here's the crazy part. A lot of people think you're not going to be doing it alone. I have a whole husband, and I still have to do it alone sometimes
But
because
that's what I'm. Yep.
he's an OTR. So
Yeah.
now, by me not having that extra income and two income household, he's gone more. Where now I gotta kind of deal with the issues of the boys. And I
Everything.
don't have a calming moment. I have all boys. So it is nothing but testosterone in my house 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And it sucks because the time frame that like you have where I should have been home when they were younger, I
Hmm.
wasn't. Now I'm home now when they're older and trying to fix a lot of things and adjust a lot of their character traits.
Yeah.
I kind of like don't really see it helping them in their adult life and trying to
Hmm.
adjust it after it's already been created.
Yeah.
That's the hard part. Like
Yeah.
staying at home and being a mom is not hard, but readjusting character traits that they develop in your absence now
Yeah.
that you're present.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
difficult.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Yeah, it's been something. It's been something. But I think also because my youngest especially is so used to me being around. I mean, she came in 2019. The pandemic happened in 2020. I was home. I've literally been home the entire time. Like my eldest, at least she got to experience me. Like I had to go back to work after 3 months of giving birth, and I was at work. She was spending majority of her day with my mom because of my hours of work. You know, I spent more time away from her than with her. By the time I got with her, all we had time for is dinner and going to bed. That was the day. You know, so my youngest, I feel like it's even more of a harder transition for her when I do start not being around her because when I am not around her because she's so used to me being here all the time. All the time.
Well, I will give you the one thing that I think a lot of us mothers don't give because we so quick to judge another mother. Every
Hmm.
day that you choose to get up and you are still a big impact in your baby's life, and even on the days when you want to quit and you don't, I commend you because
Yes.
being a mom is hard. I don't care if you have both parents in the household. It is
Yeah.
something about that mothering job that we just never can press stop.
Never.
They
Never.
need us for everything.
Never.
So
Never.
to you, sis, I would say no matter how hard it gets, no matter how
Yes.
difficult it gets, you are
Hmm.
still doing the best job you can. There's no blueprint for these little humans. We kind
At
of just
all.
got to trial and error them as we
Yes.
go. And when we
Yes.
do find an error, we got to do what we always do, try to fix it, but always depend on another mother to hold us up when we got to.
Yes. 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 Indeed. Thank you so much. Thank
I
you so
love
much,
your
Faith.
face.
I love you too. Thank you. Thank you, Face. Thank you. Same goes for you. Yes. Amen. Hey DP, how you doing, love? I am wonderful. Thank you for joining. Tam Tam said they let dads off the hook on things they hold our feet to the fire on. That part, Tam. Okay? That part. Now I know it's some fathers out here that be doing all the things, and this is not a knock against them, but that is so true. Like, we don't get the same liberties as our male counterparts do. We just don't. If I chose to show up the way that their father has been showing up for these last 2 years, my name would have been ran through the dirt. Do you hear me? People would have been, she's a terrible mom. How dare she? How that, like, and I could easily use the excuse of my mental health. I could easily, use that as a crutch. But even in my depressive days, I still had to get up and show up for my babies. Period. No matter how down I got to get up and be present for them. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. And they just get a pass. It's unfortunate, but this is the life that we live in. Real quickly again, thank y'all for joining. This is the recap of episode number 8 of Life Be Life and Podcast. This is season 2, titled Transitioning Like a Mug, okay? Because your girl be out here study transitioning. And these last 2 years of transitions and decisions I have made have not only affected me. Turn that down, Micah. Have not only affected me, but it has affected my 2 beautiful babies. And I have just been watching them and paying attention to like little things that have been coming out that I was not anticipating, and I think a lot of times we don't give these babies credit as far as how aware they are. I think society in general will just be like, well, kids can't do this and kids can't do that. Yes, they don't, their brains aren't formed enough for them to make, some sound decisions and different things like that. But also, they are very much in tune with what's going on. They're in tune with you. So that was another thing that came out in this episode. For me, I realized that just as much as I was experiencing how I felt during that time, they were too. So when I was having my highs, they were having their highs. When I was having my lows, they felt my lows. They saw me depressed. They saw me not being able to gather myself. Even to the point that my eldest had said more recently, like, I'm so glad you came on this walk with us, mommy. Because I don't want you to be miserable anymore. Like, why does my 7-year-old think that I'm miserable? I thought I was doing a good job at showing them, no matter what you pushing through, but also I emote in front of them. I allow them to see me crying. I allow them in to let them know that I'm not feeling the best. And that's okay, because they need to learn how to be emotionally intelligent themselves, right? It's not a problem that you cry. It's not a problem that you feel sad. It's not a problem that you get angry. It's about how you carry it, and also being able to show up for yourself, and not allow anybody to minimize your feelings and minimize your experience, right? So I just talk them through when they do ask questions and they do say things. I kind of explain and educate them through that process. But yeah, it's been something. It's been something. You couldn't have paid me to, like, this would be the life that you and your babies are living. But God, okay? And I want to be clear that even though we have been having to make these decisions and experience these things, we have been blessed all throughout. We never once went hungry. We never once went without shelter. We never once were in a predicament that, our lives were threatened. God has been keeping us, has kept us, and is keeping us. Okay. So I'm grateful. Episode 11 is dropping tonight on YouTube, the visual, at 7:30 at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please come over there and live chat with me. Check it out. It's titled From the Mouths of Babes. featuring my cousin, my first cousin. We share our dads, our brothers. So we're going to speak on our experience as children growing up in the household without our fathers, physically in the household, and what that was for us and how that made us feel and what our takeaway was. Okay, so come on over to YouTube, watch it with me live tonight at 7 Central Standard Time. Okay, click the link. If you ain't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click it. Go ahead and get over there and do it. All right. But furthermore, with these transitions, so I told y'all we moved like 3 times. And even now, I think the girls still view this move as temporary. They still be asking me, when we moving back with daddy? Like, they still be like, they miss their house in Carpentersville. Like, we still have never got back to that square footage space that they were so used to. And so they be saying little stuff like that, like, we need to get a house again, and we need to do this again, like, you know. And I know, like, they don't understand everything, but I know that one day they will. And so, you know, it is what it is. James said my back still hurt from Denton not helping me with the couch. James, shut up. James was there during the transitions, helping me move and stuff, which I am. That's another part of this whole transitional period. Like, man, and that's one of the steps of, or the tips of dealing with transitions. It was, let me see, develop a routine, reasonable expectation, prepare. Wait, it says something about people helping you. Things that stand still, fully feasible goals. I'm trying to see. I thought it said something about people helping you. Oh, stay connected. Yes. Staying connected was one of the things that you can do if you're going through transitions. Stay connected with people that can help you. Social support is critical during this time for transition. Chatting with family members or a friend can be a way to help you during your transitions and feel less lonely. Child, James can attest to y'all. And I say it all the time. Like I said, I'm sitting up in that Starbucks working. I was on the phone consistently with my village, talking to my dad, James, my brother, my mom. Well, I didn't have to talk to my mom on the phone because I was at her house and I'll be telling her all the things. My therapist, my cousin, like, I was talking to everybody back to back to back, emoting, letting it all out, and also keeping them posted on all of my decisions. And they were right there supporting me throughout it all, you know, and nobody understood what was going on, but also they were willing to support me through it. And even though I still felt lonely at the end of the day, I knew that I had people to lean on. I knew that I had people that was wishing for the best for me and praying for the best for me and my baby. So I am extremely grateful for that. That I was able to stay connected with people, and people were willing to stay connected with me during this transitional period of my life. James did help me move all 3 times. Well, no, he's helped me move 2 times. The first time it was just me and Kendra. The second time James helped, and the third time he's helped. Thank God for James. Okay, and all my other people. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. But not just physically being there. They were mentally in it with me, and it has been a journey, to say the least. It has been a journey. Another point of the transitioning, you know, I told the story, and the thing that, you know, my car tried to like die out on me when me and Leah were traveling back and forth to take her to school every morning when we were living with my mom. And my car wasn't even that old at that time, but I had put so many miles on it because I was working so far before the pandemic. I was driving 3 hours a day back and forth to work. And so anyway, and also my ex used to use it to do like Instacart, food deliveries, whatever. We just put a lot of miles on that car. Um, anyway, so my car tried to get out of here on me. And we had a month and a half maybe of school left. And I'm like, I cannot be without a car. I got to get my baby back and forth to school. I got to figure this out. And God definitely came through for your girl while I was car shopping, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And he came through with a car that I wasn't even anticipating on getting necessarily. I was going to get the bare minimum, and God said, no, I'm gonna give you exactly what you need and some more. And so he made a way for that. That was a whole nother transition. That was a high moment, right? But the process of it was not high, because I was like freaking out. What am I gonna do? I cannot be without. But God came through for me, and I was super grateful for that. So we not only transitioned from a home, we were staying at my mom's house at that time, but right after that, I started home shopping, and we moved like a few months later. So I had got my new truck in that May, and we moved that July, I believe, that June or July. Okay, mommy's almost done. We'll do something, okay? Okay, you're gonna eat something. Okay. We'll see when mommy's done. When mommy's done, we'll see. I need you to clean up all the other stuff that you took out first. Thank you. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, y'all. Yeah, so God just really worked out. And even my apartment, he went from blessing me with that truck that I didn't even know anything about prior to seeing it and getting it, to me apartment shopping. Bruh. To me apartment shopping, and even the apartment that I was able to get, it was in a gated community. It had a swimming pool, a workout room. Like, I never thought, talk about self-worth, that I would be able to live in a place like that. And it was very important that our safety was priority. And we were very safe there. We were very safe there. We felt good there. And I mean, God just kept and always is moving on my behalf. And I am just over the moon about it, for sure. And from that, coming to our new place here, it was crazy. It was just really crazy. But Leah had to get acclimated to a new school, which was a whole concern. And I didn't want that for her. My plan was always to plant us in a neighborhood that she can kind of grow up with the kids there. Because even for me, I moved from school to school because of circumstances, not necessarily, it was just a better opportunity, a better school district. I wanted to plant them in a school district that was going to be great from them from the beginning and on up or whatever. But unfortunately, that didn't happen, and that's okay. She adjusted quickly. Like the first day of school, the new people, the teachers and everything knew her name. It was like, oh, Leah, oh my God, she's such a sweetheart. Oh, I know her. Like, they knew who she was from the very first day. And I was like, thank you, God, for your favor. My baby makes an impact on anybody that she meets, and I am grateful for that. And she's loved it. She's loved it. She hasn't had any issues at her new school. And then it transitioned to me back we went from Micah being in free preschool, at our last home, to me now there were no free programs in our new neighborhood, and I couldn't create another expense to what already I had going on, paying for preschool, so I decided to homeschool her. Mommy says she changes the atmosphere when she walks in a room. Period. Okay? She's likened to her mother. YouTube page dropping soon. Yes, Blossom, come on. Thank you for that. Yes. Yeah. So that yes, the two Omolayo girls, as you guys may already know, we affectionately call ourselves the three Omolayo girls, but they are dropping their YouTube channel, and it's called the two Omolayo girls because it's just the two of them. I'm just a guest star from time to time. They don't want mommy, which is fine. Which is fine. So we just created their little intro video this weekend and everything, and Leah will have her own affirmations because she is a walking affirmation. Okay, my baby. If you need any joy, any uplifting, she's gonna give it to you automatically. All right, and I love that about her. Let's go, Uncle James said. Let's go. Scott said basically they were quick to get you together. Exactly. Exactly.
Can I say something?
Exactly. Say it right here. You can't come on camera.
I love you guys.
Leah loved you guys. Y'all heard it here first. One of the two Omalayo girls. Okay. So yes, we will be dropping their YouTube channel this month. I am working on it. I already created it, but I need to start uploading some videos from Life Be Lifin', and also all of their videos of them doing all the things that they love to do. Auntie Blossom says she love you. Auntie Sky said I love you too, Lily. Honey said my sweet girl. Auntie Tam said and we love you. She's dancing. Anywho, but yeah, now the kids are transitioning. You know, even though now we're settled, right? And Micah is not in school; she's homeschooling, and that's been a whole thing with her. Initially, she was like, "Yeah," and now she like, "I can't wait to go to school." And I feel the same. We had a standoff here the other day, and I was like, "I quit," and she was like, "I quit too." She be wearing me out, and I clearly be wearing her out. So whatever. Listen. I am 36. The patience is thin. Um, on top of trying to work full time, on top of trying to make breakfast, lunch, dinner, do all the things. They got clubs and all that. Listen, Linda. Listen. Okay? Enough. Um, she 33. I am not 33 legendary. How you doing? Thank you for joining. A standoff. Definitely was a standoff, Tam, but I won. Okay. So I'm sick of her. She is something else. But it's even interesting, like, I'm wonderful, legendary. Thank you for asking. It's just been really interesting watching their growth and development, and even watching how, Leah, I've noticed that her patience is a little more slim. Um, she she has bursts of anger, and that's not typically how Leah is. So, hey, Muscle Man, I had to acknowledge like something was going on there, and I've been making it my business to like talk through these moments and like what's happening, and then it goes from that moment to, well, this thing happened at school and this and that and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just me being present, more present in the moment, and because of all that I've been going through emotionally and mentally, I could easily fall out of that space with them. And I want to make sure that they continuously feel like they have a safe space with me to express themselves and to acknowledge like how they really feel. And because I know that they don't truly understand why we're in this position, hence them still asking, when are we going to go back to being with their father? I have to do my best to overly communicate with them and educate them, and just walk them through this process. And that's why, my friends tease me all the time, like, where you get all these hours in a day? You be doing this, that. Like, it's so important for me to take out time for them, but also throughout this transitioning period, what has been abundantly clear, that I have to take time out for me too. Because I'm no good to them if I don't take time for me. And so um, it has been, especially lately, um, difficult at times because I'm playing both roles and I'm the constant in their life. Like I am their constant. And so they want to live in my freaking skin, which can be very overwhelming for me. And I understand where it's coming from, but also it's like, let me breathe. Let me, but this is all a part of the transition period. So in that episode, I did list a bunch of tips on how to deal with transitions. And number one was to prepare. Thank y'all for the 10K. Period. Period. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. To prepare. I feel like I have prepared throughout each one of these transitions, even though the initial one, that's probably the one I least prepared for. The initial me leaving, because again, I didn't expect it to propel me into this space that I'm currently in. But this is where I was supposed to be. But preparing is definitely necessary. Just setting a helpful mindset. And I've made sure that I have done that, with each transition. And it has been helpful for us. Another tip is to set reasonable expectations. Okay. And I think that's where I have not always excelled in, because I thought, okay, once this one thing is done, then okay, cool, now everything else. But no, it just became even more clear that I was expecting some type of miraculous change, and no, it was just like I need to do more work and adjust my expectations. Like, just don't be expecting so much, or there, like I said, I do a lot of, and my therapist told me this, I do a lot of living in the past and living in the future. I rarely focus on the present. And so my expectations are always either this happened before, so this gotta be where this is going, or well, I'm going to look to the future because it's got to get better than this, right? And so I focus and hyper focus on the future portion of it, but I got to go through the current and the present moments, right, to even get to there. Turn it down. I got a few more minutes. So, yeah, it's so set reasonable expectations. And I'm trying, and I am doing my best now to, like, the bare minimum. And like recently, me and their father had a conversation, as far as our co-parenting plan. And I was like, my expectation that I'm setting is that you call your kids once a day. That's a reasonable expectation. I think that's something that you can manage, and I will hope that you could, because they're missing your presence. And at least if they can't see you, they can hear your voice once a day, because that's what they're used to, right? And I can't carry this whole transitional period. I can't carry our new reality all on my back alone. Like, that's the least you can do. He has obliged. And he's been doing that, for a minute now. I pray to God that it continues. But, the more you do something on a consistent basis, it becomes a habit, right? And so that's what I'm really hoping for. And I think it's definitely helping the girls. And I'm grateful for that. And that goes into the next point, which is develop a routine. Oh, mommy said it's not. What's next? I can't stand her. Oh, shady boots. Shady boots. Why would you say it's not? Why not say the whole sentence? It's not hard to do. I agree. It's not hard to do. Jane said I didn't want to say it. That was a mistake. James, that's not what she meant. She meant it's not hard to do. And it's not. It's not hard. So yeah. James is stupid. Anyways, um but yeah. So that goes into the next tip, which is develop a routine. That's a part of the routine that we will hear from you once a day at least. There should never be a time that you go 3 weeks or even 7 days without talking to your children. Like, in what world are we living in? Like, this is crazy. But anyway, develop a routine, and me and the girls have a really good routine going right now, that I just started at the top of this new year, like reiterating it, or re-implementing it, and it's been working out for us, and it still is an adjustment, but it's working. And now their expectation of it. So I know, like, on this day, mommy, okay, on Mondays, they know that's podcast day. So mommy ain't really gonna be able to do all the things with us, and that's okay. But here come Tuesday, mommy got this time set aside for us. Wednesday, we go to the pool and we spending this time with mommy. Thursday, we going to the library and we spending this time with mommy. Friday, it's, pretty much a free for all. But now I have set in my routine as well that when they're in the bed by 9 o'clock, it's mommy time. Period. It's mommy self-care time. Whatever I want to do. If I want to sit there and twiddle my thumbs, that's what I want to do. Uninterrupted, undivided attention poured into Portia. Just like when I'm with them, I'm trying to get to the undivided attention giving to them, because that's what they deserve. Like last Tuesday alone, we love Marvel, the Marvel universe. Shut up, James. You are so trash. James said parent of the year, Portia. Thank you so much, James. I appreciate you. But also, he followed that with hashtag Rose Time. And these be the moments that you get crowned messy boots. Anyways, last Tuesday, me and the girls love the Marvel universe. We've watched all the Marvel movies together. When me and their father were watching, like, from the very beginning to the end of the Marvel movies, they were watching it with us all the way to this point. Now they're watching the second installment, the Loki show, all of that. Anyway, we're watching What If. I turned that on, and I had made some oven pizzas, some frozen pizzas, and the girls was like, sit on the floor with us, mommy. We were all sitting on the couch at first with our throws and our pillows and all this type of stuff. When it came time to eat, we sat on the floor. And so, not y'all, these rolls, I cannot. What is wrong with y'all? Thank you, mommy. Thank you. Tam, DJ Elroy, James, thank y'all. They was like, mommy, sit on the floor with us and eat your pizza. And I was like, okay. So we sat on the floor, and I let them choose the snacks. So they chose some popcorn, and they had juice. I had water, and we were sitting on the floor watching the movie. And they were so, when I tell y'all, they was like, oh my God, this is the best day ever. I can't believe mommy's sitting on the floor with us. Like, we were just watching a TV series and eating frozen pizza. Like, this is not, but they appreciated that I didn't have my phone in my hand. I wasn't talking on the phone. I wasn't doing anything. I had it set to the side, and I was just in the moment with them. In that, like, these are the moments that matter. You know what I'm saying? Mommy said they are your stalkers. They are my number one, and they both hold the number one spot of stalkers. They definitely stalk me. But they enjoyed that so much. It was just like the best thing for them. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I can give them that experience. And even though it may come at a cost to me, and I could be doing other things with my time or whatever, but like Face the Truth said, they are the most important thing right now in my life. I'm first, then them. And if I don't pour into them, if I don't feed their mental, their emotional, if I don't give them the tools and the time that they need at this stage, as they grow, they're going to be less and less likely to want to deal with mommy or trust mommy to tell me the difficult things and to express how they feel. And, I just want to make sure that I'm giving them what they need. And I may not make the mark all the time, but it's a work in progress. That is something I'm realizing. Like, the more I do this, the more I spend time with them like this, the more they are appreciative, and it lessens the anxious moments of, you leaving? Where you going? What's going on? I think it's the consistency will help. So yeah. Right. That's how they want you, with your undivided attention sometimes. Absolutely, they do. Thank you for the 200 plus roses, James. Thank you for the 35 roses, Tam. Y'all need to find something better to do with y'all lives. Anyway, so developing a routine has definitely helped us. Another one, check your self-talk. Y'all know I be over here. I used to be really bad at the self-talk, saying really bad things to myself or going down in that gutter mindset. But lately, when I have them, I'm doing much better at combating those thoughts. So I still have them, but I'm doing better at controlling them. We giving you something better to do. I can't. Yeah. No, Sam. Another tip is to set small goals. And that's another thing about my type of personality. I will shoot for the moon, baby. And I'll be like, I want to do this. And it's such a huge goal. But it's definitely setting small goals. Instead of trying to fully resolve everything related to your transition, set small, feasible goals to take on one at a time. And that is definitely helped me. Even though I still be kind of like beating up myself at moments, like, oh my gosh, I could have did this better, or I really need this, or we don't have this or that or whatever. Again, switching the mindset and changing it and focusing on what we do have and how blessed we really are. And so even though I may not have everything I want in this moment, like Cat Williams said, it's only because I haven't asked for it. And when you ask, you have to be prepared to receive it. Okay. Jane said Rose won't be needed in Jamaica. Wait a minute. What's happening in Jamaica? Right. That's what I'm saying, DJ Airway. You got something lined up for me? What's happening? Because according to you, ain't nobody coming. Yeah, James, AB will be there. Wait a minute. Mommy, first of all, this is the messiness I be talking about. What? AB is not going to be in Jamaica. And why are we bringing up AB? The last tip. Practice self-compassion. And that's all I have tonight. We are going over to YouTube right now to watch From the Mouths of Babes, featuring my cousin, us talking about our relationships or our upbringing with our fathers not being in the home. Please. She's steady going. Darren DP, pick one. What? I did not say self-passion. I said self-compassion. You know what? The Speak Life affirmation for this episode was, I will transition over and over in this life, and I'm learning to appreciate the process. Again, the Speak Life affirmation is, I will transition over and over in this life, and I'm learning to appreciate the process. You heard it, you say it, you write it down, and remind yourself to speak that thing and make it happen, because Life be life in us all. Come join me on YouTube right now to watch episode 11 of Life Be Life in season 2 from the mouths of babes to hear our perspective as children growing up without our fathers in the home. Bye. Thank y'all so much.